everybody. Welcome back to Creative Retreat Street. I wanted to show everybody the materials I used today. Unfortunately, for some reason, the footage that I had disappeared. So all I got was the poster board from the Dollar Tree. And then also I got the scissors, and then that's the caramel color paint I got from Walmart. Basically, I just traced out houses. I do suggest to use a ruler just to make sure that it is straight. And then I use the scissors to cut out the houses. My advice on that one is try to use the scissors for scoring it and then trying to break the poster apart. I think that's the easiest way I did it. But essentially, you're going to be making these little houses. I did do 2 coats of the caramel color. I let that dry overnight, and as you can see here, all I did is just get white paint and I just kind of doodled all over the place. So there I have dots. You'll see other ones where I'm drawing lines. And I just basically make gingerbread houses. I ended up making probably about 12 of these, and I used 2 poster board. I also advise that, to cut out these houses, if you had like an X-Acto knife or something, that would be so much easier. But essentially all I did was paint, and I just used, like I said, that caramel color and then the white paint. You can use the puff paint if you have any. I didn't have any. You can use glitter, you can use like little candy canes, anything to just dress these up. I just stayed with the classic, the white and the caramel color brown. And I wanted everything to kind of look uniform together. But yeah, you can do however you want to do. It's your project, and that's what's awesome about creating stuff. So, but yeah, comment down below if you wanted to try this. And let me know what y'all think. Again, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. It does help my channel grow, and enjoy. right here, I actually am just going to be putting like these little half circles around. I think it looks so cute, just like a little cookie. Basically for this one, all I did was just make a C. Just little C's. I did actually do 2 coats of all the white on all of those, just because I wanted the white to pop. So if you just use 1 coat, perfectly fine. You're still going to be able to see it. But I realized that I wanted it to pop a little bit more, so I did do 2 coats. The good news is with the kind of paint I got, I did get it from the Dollar Tree, the white paint. So I didn't really take any time to let it dry. As soon as I got done on one side and I moved on to something else, like you can see here, I started doing the dots. As soon as I got done with the dots, I actually went back over the little half circles just to get that second coat on there. But yeah, so definitely try that out and let me know what you think. So for this, the base of the tree skirt, actually used again the poster, cardboard poster at the Dollar Tree. And what I did is I actually used a roller and I scored probably about 1.5 inches, 2 inches a piece, just so that way I can make it more flexible. And then I kind of realized that I made a little bit of a mistake here. So what I was wanting to do is make one big long piece of houses. So I actually did that right here, but then I noticed that if I was to do that, then the actual tree skirt wouldn't be able to be flexible and move in how I wanted it. So you're going to see probably a little bit later on that I actually had to cut some of the houses that I made that was too big like that to fit in it. So my advice is to make individual houses so that way you can glue it on how you would like it and how you would like the skirt to look. If you wanted a more round shape, if you wanted more of had corners. I actually chose to do the corners. I think it was a lot easier that way, but you can, it's your project. You can do it however you would like. That's the only piece of advice here. Also, another piece of advice, I did end up measuring the bottom of my tree and how big I wanted my tree skirt to be, but I didn't take that measurement into account when I was making the houses. So I actually needed to give the houses a little bit more of a more tall. So that's how right here you see that I only hot glued the houses to about half of what that poster board was. You're going to see me do this here. What I was doing, I was just trying to see how I wanted the tree skirt to maneuver and where to bend. So that's why I'm giving a little bit of a gap between the two houses. So you see that right here. And this is just me trying to work out the little details. This is actually where I started to play around with the little gingerbread houses to see how I wanted the skirt to bend. I decided that I wanted it to bend in two corners, kind of in like, I don't know, an octagon kind of shape. But this is my first failed attempt. So what I actually did is put hot glue basically where the corner is and on the two gingerbread houses. I realized that this was not going to work. It might have worked maybe with more super glue, but right now it just, the way how it was being maneuvered and handled, I knew it's not going to be sustainable for this project. So I knew that they was going to fall off 100%. So I had to figure out a different way, and you'll see here in a minute, I actually decided just to hot glue half of the house onto one of the other houses. So that way it kind of would bend. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a moment. So this is actually where I decided just to hot glue half of the house, and the other half of the house is basically where it's going to be bent, but you can't really see it. So that's a little bit of the good news. I did decide to put more hot glue basically where the bends are in the poster board, just to make it stationary. You don't have to do that, but I decided to because I don't want it to be, workable anymore. You'll see here, you can barely see it in this shot, that I actually hot glued again another little gingerbread house on only half of it, just to cover up where that bend is. And you can't really see it. It's really not that noticeable. But that is what I realized, is that is the more sustainable for this project. So again, because I didn't take account for the measurements, I had to figure out something how to cover up the bottom part there. Basically, what I got here is a car cloth from the Dollar Tree. I cut it in half, and then I'm actually going to fold it in half and then hot glue it down. I do know there's other alternatives at the Dollar Tree you could use. I just couldn't find I don't know, I think there's like a little bit of a fluffier rag I could have used. I think it's actually for the mop heads. I just didn't look, I guess, good enough. So this is my other option here. Again, you can actually make your houses however length that you do want it, so that way you don't have to cover it up like how I did. Or if you like this look 100%, you can do exactly what I've done here. This is actually where I just hot glue it down, and then you'll see here in a second that I actually fold it over so that way it's a little bit thicker. Another option too, I just thought of this when I was editing this video, is that you can actually just paint the bottom the same gingerbread color, and that way, it's less noticeable. But yeah, any of those options are great options. Okay, so right here you see me actually fold the car cloth in half. Little piece of advice that I have for you: once you fold it, I would actually put the car cloth on the tree skirt where there is no seam. It's actually folded where it's folded at. That way it's kind of seamless. You see I add a little bit of more hot glue right there, yep, where it's open. And it turned out perfectly fine. I was just trying to make everything uniformed. And this is the end result. I absolutely love this project. And just comment down below what you think. And thank you for watching.